When you hear the name Albert Einstein, what do you think about? Do you think of the funny picture taken of him with his tongue out? Or maybe you think he's one of the greatest physicists of all time. Or maybe you don't even know him. Well, in any case, don't worry. In this video, I will be talking about how Einstein came to be. How he was a poor student but became one of the greatest physicists of all time. Where he was born, what he did. Well, enjoy and relax. Thank you. Albert Einstein was born in Ulm, Germany on March 14th, 1879. At the age of 5 years old, his father Hermann Einstein gave him a compass and he was fascinated. He found it so interesting that these invisible forces of the magnetic field could make the compass point to the north. This sparked an amazing interest in physics, and as we know it, he would later become the greatest physicist of all time. We never know, but if he didn't get the compass, he may have never become a physicist, and the world we would live in today would be much different. When Einstein was in high school, his father's business failed, so his entire family had to leave to Milan. Einstein stayed though, so he could finish high school. He hated school so much, so he just dropped out. He also got rid of his German citizenship, so he didn't have to do mandatory military service in the army. He later got his Swiss citizenship and tried to get accepted to the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, but he failed. After he failed, he would go back and do high school, and after he got amazing grades, he got accepted in the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, where he learned physics and math. In 1901, he graduated from the school and he could now teach math and physics. A couple of years later, desperate to find a job, he got a job as a clerk in the Swiss patent office in Bern. This would be Einstein's best decision of his entire life. The reason is that when he was done his work super quickly, he had all day to work on his scientific research. In 1905, Einstein published 4 papers that would change the way we see the world forever. The main discoveries of the papers were the photoelectric effect, special relativity, and the famous equation E equals mc squared. An example of special relativity is time dilation. In short, basically, the faster you go, the slower time is. So in theory, you can time travel to the future. Einstein wasn't satisfied with his special relativity paper as there was no mention of gravity, so he spent the next 10 years adding gravity into the mix of the paper, which is called general relativity. In 1921, after the First World War, Albert Einstein was given the Nobel Prize for the discovery of the photoelectric effect. On the other hand, we got the equation E equals mc squared. The equation itself gave many ideas for nuclear bombs that could destroy entire cities, and as we know it today, they were definitely used. Albert Einstein, in a letter, warned former President Truman that Germany is making atomic bombs and that they should make atomic bombs as well. Albert was wrong. Germany was not making any bombs. So when he heard the news that America dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan, it devastated him. He felt that it was his fault that he told Truman to make some. So he said this: "Had I known that the Germans would not succeed in developing an atomic bomb, I would have done nothing." He would regret it for the rest of his life. On April 17, 1955, Einstein's abdominal aortic aneurysm burst. He went to the hospital that day, and they said they would give him surgery, but he didn't want to do it. He said, "I want to go when I want. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially. I have done my share. It is time to go." Because of Albert Einstein, there is so much we know about the universe and how modern physics work. Without him, we would never be where we are now. And I thank him for that. And so should you. Let me ask you again, what do you think of when you hear the name Albert Einstein? Do you think of a genius who invented the theory of relativity and gave us a better understanding of the universe? Or does he remind you of that wacky picture with his tongue out? This was the history of Albert Einstein. Thanks for watching.